Hi everyone, Emily here from Emily Reads. Um, Today I am going to be filming my TBR or to be read pile for from now to the end of the year. Um, Today is the Wednesday before Thanksgiving here in the United States, and I'm fortunate that I had today off. So I did a little reading, did a little relaxing, did some cleaning, and then I get the rest of the weekend off, have a nice 5-day weekend. This TBR is a little hefty, I feel like, but I am a teacher. I do get 2 weeks off for winter break, so that will be nice because I know the end of the year before winter break will be a little hectic as we're gearing up for finals, and it'll be our first set of finals since um, 2020. So that is going to be an adjustment for our students. But in the meantime, I find reading as my outlet and my way to stress relief. So that being said, here's my TBR. So first up, I need to finish Robert Jordan's The Eye of the World. I thought I would have finished this by now. Most of the books I've been reading have been about the same size as this book, and I've been able to get through them in a week. So I thought and I assumed that I was going to be done with this by this past Sunday night. Nope, I'm on page 414. So because of that, I have not watched any of the Amazon Prime episodes yet because I have not read these books before. So I'm waiting until I at least get book 1 done before I start watching the Amazon Prime episodes. So I'm enjoying it so far. It is a little slow going. I'm having a harder time adjusting to Robert Jordan as opposed to Robin Hobb and Brandon Sanderson, and I think that's because Robert Jordan builds a much bigger world. Robin Hobb is very much character development. Brandon Sanderson is very much developing that magic system. Robert Jordan, I feel like there's just so much more of a bigger world with different stories and lore, and so trying to keep track of things and trying to remember things, knowing that what's revealed in a story that the Glee Man, or which is the local the traveling storyteller, like I know that will probably come back up down the line. So that I think has been the challenge for reading this, but I am enjoying it, and I'm looking forward to watching the show. The next book I plan on reading is to follow a read along with Sarah Reads that she's going to do in her Discord, and I think that's starting December 1st, and that's going to be The Well of Ascension by Brandon Sanderson. This is his second book in the first Mistborn trilogy. I have never read a Brandon Sanderson book until November when I read Mistborn or The Final Empire. And oh my word, did I love it. Like I said, he does do a lot with his magic system. His magic system is all about that people can consume different metals. And if you consume one metal and can burn it, and you can gain magical properties from that. If you consume only one metal, then you're what's called a misting. A mistborn is able to burn all of the metals and gain the magical properties from all of the metals. And so this follows the story of Vin, who is a mistborn. She is the daughter of a noble, was unrecognized by him, and a ska, who is kind of like the lower servant peasant class of the society. And so she was a thief, and she was involved in a plot along with Kelsier, who's another mistborn who kind of trained Vin and hired her to become part of this plot to overthrow the Dark Lord, who had been reigning for 1,000 years. And so that was the plot of Mistborn, and now the Well of Ascension picks up where we left off from the first book, and I don't really cry when I read a book. And I cried during Mistborn, and so I'm looking forward to picking back up and revisiting some characters that I really enjoyed. Then the next book is Children of Blood and Bone. This has been on my TBR for quite a few months. I just have put it off, and so I need to read it. This is part of the Pop Sugar Reading Challenge, and I've got 3 books left. So this is my prompt for the Afrofuturist prompt, and basically it is another like YA fantasy where there was magic. So I've heard a lot of good things about this. I just need to read it. Oh, hey, my books are going to be blocking me soon. Sorry about that. The next book is The Book of the Dung Cow, and I was supposed to read this in October. It didn't happen. Life took over, and other books kind of pushed this to the side. This is for the Pop Sugar Reading Challenge, and this is for the prompt that the book has been on your TBR the longest. I've had this book since 2003. I got this, I did a year-long missions trip in Philadelphia, and the city leader gave books to everyone at the end of the year, and he selected them and picked them out based on what we liked or what our career plans were. And at that time I was like, I'm going to be an elementary school teacher. So he bought this book. It's an allegory, and I'm really honestly not a big fan of allegory. Like, I read Animal Farm a few years ago for the first time because I hadn't read it in school, and I could sit and say like, yes, I understand why this is a canonical text, but I just am not a big fan of allegory. So we'll see if I like this. It's a short read, which is what I need after some pretty hefty fantasy books. Then the last book that I need to do for my Pop Sugar Reading Challenge is Q is for Quarry by Sue Grafton. I have never read a Sue Grafton book, but one of the prompts is a book that starts with the letter Q, X, or Z, and so I saw this at a used book sale, and I picked it up for like $2 because I knew that it would fit the prompt. And then I want to read, this will probably take me towards the holidays now, and so I want to read in the holidays, and this is basically like a holiday version of Groundhog Day, and Malin Jones is just kind of like, she's living with her job, and she kind of wonders like what would happen if she had made a different choice, from what I understand. She's going to a Utah cabin with her family and 2 other families, and just kind of wonders, like, they're selling the cabin, I think, and it kind of wonders like what would make me happy, and so it ends up becoming a Groundhog Day kind of situation. I picked this up because I thought, it would be a cute, light romance, and perfect for the holiday times. Also, you can see this is for Book of the Month, and I have 3 books left to read before the end of the year. And then if I can do that, then I will like win a pair of socks from Book of the Month, and my competitive nature tells me I must read 3 more Book of the Months that I got from Book of the Month. So that's why I'm going to read that. And then I want to read On the Come Up, which by Angie Thomas. I'm a little behind on reading this book. And this is the story of, I don't know her name, 16-year-old Bree, and basically she is going to be in a rap battle. So I probably will read this, and then I'll take this with me to school and put it in my class library. And then the last book will be Fate of the Fallen by Kel Cade. And, excuse me, basically this is the story of Matthias, who, from what I understand, kind of like is a chosen one. Like chosen one fantasy trope, but he doesn't want to be the chosen one. So I think that's the premise of this. It looks cute. It looks good. I've heard good things about it. It's a shorter book, 344 for a fantasy. And so I figured I can read this easily and get it done before the end of the year. The other books that I have for from Book of the Month, like I said, I have 3 more books to read. The other books are kind of longer, and so I didn't want to heavy pack my December. So hopefully I can finish this. I have 2 weeks off, and I don't have plans to work, just rest, and so I know I can get some good reading time in. I hope everyone has a wonderful, safe, and healthy, and happy Thanksgiving.